I did it and everything was great, then I usually got at least a callback. But if you feel that going out of your fingertips for some reason or another, there's no way to get it back. It makes all the difference. If you're reading something like, hello, I'm very happy to see you. A lot of people will, because you don't memorize, a lot of people don't memorize scenes for auditions. It's too nerve-wracking. But if you say, hello, I'm really happy to see you. But he said, you go, hello, I'm really happy to see you. What is your name? I've never met you before. You do the connection, and you take the line and you do it eye to eye, so you're connecting, and you don't, read and read it without that connection. And that little touch is really, it was huge in working with those ideas.
I honestly will say, having worked very closely with Steven Spielberg on Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan, my proudest professional achievement to date is a little independent film that I did on my own about 4 or 5 years ago. And this film I'm doing with Glenn, I think will surpass that because we're really achieving some exciting things.
Let me talk about her so she's not here. Now.
No. You're actually your most.
Well, that's why. I mean, look. All right. Well, she's one of the reasons why I was the most proud thing I did. The other thing is that I just wrote the first complete score that I had ever written, and it's a show called Battle Cry. It's not a Broadway show. It's written for the 150th anniversary of Gettysburg and the Civil War, and it was presented last summer, and it's just very gratifying to have developed something like that. And
As far as professional achievement, it was the learning experience and what I achieved during the process.
oh, that's great.
Because when we started rehearsing on Sunset Boulevard in LA, at an old church, a great space, I was the worst singer in the ensemble. We had an amazing ensemble of actors, and each one of them could have had a star. And I'm not exaggerating. And I had sung, but I had not sung to the extent that you need to sing in order to sustain a role like that in a 2.5-hour musical 8 times a week. And this man took me, of course during rehearsal you vocalize, you learn the songs, you do all that, and it was terrifying to me because I couldn't hit some of the notes. I didn't have the technique. And you get better, but I wasn't consistent when we opened. And I'd go out thinking, well, I'm going to hit it tonight, but we worked for half an hour. I'd have my cap on, have my makeup on, and a half an hour before half hour I'd go down and work for a half an hour, just vocalizing, working, learning, working for the entire run of the show. I think we did it the entire run of the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I experienced 2 major breakthroughs just as far as being able to produce, the sound. I was saying earlier in this gathering that we had at the museum that I really believe, I've always kind of believed that any enduring art has some sense of outrage. You have to have some sort of edge in order to create something. And when you have that edge, which a lot of times can give you, you will create something that you want to rearrange people. You want to make a difference. And sometimes, and it's just as important, you can see something, either it's a painting or a piece of music or a movie or a play, and you go out and you are rearranged. You feel rearranged. And you can feel, you stay there for a couple of days, a week, and some great art you arrange, it changes your landscape. And that's what, as artists, we want to do. We want to rearrange